There you go. There you go. Okay. Okay, no karaoke night. Okay. So Casey, so you talk so quiet, everybody can hear you with this. You guys think everybody down here because they're only 2 feet from you. Okay. Describe. Okay. He'll describe grids for you. Yeah, the sooner you guys get this knocked out, the better off.
All right.
There you go.
A grid is a network of uniform space points used to determine distance. And on CAD, it's called grid display, and the shortcut for it is SF.
Anybody have questions for that? Who in here uses a grid? You use a grid? You guys like the grid? Is it useful, helpful?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay. What? Okay, Austin, what's wrong with... Okay, let me ask you this. What's wrong with counting the big boxes? They're misleading. Okay. Let's see here. We'll get to... Did you guys do snaps? Okay. Okay, who's going to talk? Okay. Talking from personal experience. Let's pay attention. Austin's going to talk from personal experience about snap.
The snap function allows users to align the cursor to a specific snap.
Okay. Now, do the snap points allow you to change? Can you change the snap points? What do you think, Megan? You can change them. Yeah, it's on. Everybody hear Austin? It was beautiful. Okay. So, Austin, you like that? Good. No. I'm below the speaker. Okay. So if you had a problem, so it records. So if you had a problem when you drew your drawings and your grid, you followed the squares, right? So if your squares were too big, you could change your snapping spacing so they draw them right, correct? So I'd have to pay attention. Malachi. I'm actually going to move up here for me. Noah is distracted today, and I hate to see that happen. I understand. He just can't keep looking from you. It's a little creepy. Okay. So Austin had a problem. Austin had a problem with his squares. He kept drawing to the proper square size, right? You thought every square was a certain length or something? Yeah. So what you can do, if you snapped, you can change the distance on them. How you do it, you'll have to figure out if you want to follow through with it. But that will help you with your snap issue. So, okay. So who had, let's see the next one. Object snap. David's going to do the talking for us. What about object snap? Tell us about object snap.
Object snap or host snap.
There you go.
Just type in host snap.
Okay.
This one. And when you're working on your project, you can take the end of it, think of a line, endpoint, and click on the line.
Good.
Midpoint.
What are some other object snaps? Quadrant. What? Midpoint, center point, tangent. What? Nearest? Nearest? What else? Node. What else?
Perpendicular.
There's no mode. Perpendicular. We already said center. No. Intersection. Intersection. Insert. There's all. What is it? Extension. There's all sorts of snaps. Do you guys use them on your drawings? You utilize that tool all the time. If you go to an endpoint, please do not scroll in and try to just select close, because that loses all purpose of the accuracy. So make sure you use your object snap. Orthographic mode. Who's talking back here? You talking? You down? You lack sleep last night? Okay. You gonna talk, Grace? Help her out though, Malachi. What about orthographic mode?
Horizontal and vertical line features.
Okay. What makes it so easy? You can't do an inclined line. Very good. Where is it located in AutoCAD? Beautiful. Very good. Everybody know how to turn orthographic mode on. If I see a line that has a slight angle, I'm going to know you did not use that tool. You definitely don't use that tool to do horizontal and vertical lines. Very good. What are we doing there, Malachi? Okay. Layers. Who has layers? Layers. Who's going to be the talk? Joey? Joey's the talk. Okay. Tell me a little about layers. Okay. Help them out, Levi. Okay, Joey's going to tell us a little about layers, Casey and Zach and Megan.
Layers are the user defined objects that are displayed in the raw. Speak with different types of content in the raw.
Okay. Keep going. Good job.
Different layers show different colors in the drawing. It's very complex and such a layer are all just like construction lines like
Okay.
these layers on or off as and display certain portions of the drawing in the video while displaying other features. This helps drawing production productivity for graphics and the temporary resolution of drawing about
No, go ahead. Keep going. Who in here utilize layers at all? Good job, Joey. Anybody in here utilize layers at all? You could use layers. If you look at my drawings that I draw these, I have layers already for them. Just you don't have to. What might you have these simple drawings? What might you want to create a layer for in these simple drawings? Any ideas? Give you an idea. Maybe you want to use it for center lines. Maybe you want to use it for dimensions. Maybe object lines, text. How many of you, when you draw a line, everybody's drawing center lines on their drawings, correct? What do you do when you create a center line right now in AutoCAD? Noah, when you create a center line, how do you go about creating a center line? Okay. What's that? Offset? Okay. Good. Now you select your line and draw the line. Then when you want to redraw an object line, you have to go up there and change it again, right? It sort of gets a little tedious to me. What you could do is, if you have a layer set up, you can just pick that layer and it'll draw all the features. It'll draw the color to it. It'll draw the line type to it. It'll do all them features. Say you want to draw your dimensions in cyan, red. I don't care. Cyan being in light blue. You'll learn these codes. You'll say, I know cyan, I know magenta, and you're not talking about blues clues at that point. Good. I'm glad. So, layers are very helpful. If you want to see some layers, this drawing right here, if I open this up, actually this is all one drawing, and these tables are drawn on different layers. They're all, if you open this drawing up, you turn all the layers, it looks like a big blob of color. But within it, you can turn layers on and off to get this layout of the tables, this layout, and then this layout. So there's different uses for it. It's very powerful if you learn how to utilize it. So, that's my little note on that. Do you guys have blocks? Let's, Devin, Austin. Tell me a little bit about line types. Oh, make sure you can see that little black box up there. There you go. That actually has to have a sensor to see that. That's how it projects it. You're fine. You're fine. There you go.
A line type is a set of views described in a definition of the alphabet block. Examples of this would be
Okay. Good.
each line type may have its own weight center, which reflects the block thickness desired.
Correct. How many of you, when you're drawing, you make a line weight to your drawing, or your lines? Are they all just 0? Is that, anybody add a line weight to your drawings at all? You noticed in the package you get that the object lines look a little heavier than the dimension lines or the center lines? Does anybody notice that? Yeah. You're supposed to have a heavier line type. Your line type, you can create the line, whether it's a center line, object line, then you can create a thickness to it, which helps tie into the layer. Any questions on that? Last but not least, block. Who's going to talk about blocks? Thank you, Devin. Good job. Lex, you going to talk? Good job. Good job, Devin. Make sure. There you go. It's fine. Just don't cover up the black rim on that. There you go. There you go.
Blocks are pre-drawn objects designed for multiple use in drawing projects. Once something is drawn and saved with a block, it can be inserted into a drawing as many times as needed.
Beautiful. Everybody understand what blocks are? What do you think, David, Zach? What's that? Groups it all together. We need to use a block. When we're putting something out, it's a statement. Anybody else? When do you want to export it, David? Use it for animation. We do animation. We can do animation, but it's blocks I don't think are utilized the same way. I'll put it that way. When might you want to use a block? What's it tied into? What examples do they do in the text? Architecture. When might you want to use a block in architecture? Multiple windows the same size. Say you have a drawing, you don't want to go open up another drawing, you don't want to do a copy and then paste. Say you do a drawing 2 years ago. Believe it or not, I used to do this. You try to locate a drawing you know you drew, you go try to open it, find the piece, then you go copy and then you paste it in your other drawing. That works. Problem is if there's different CAD standards, if layers have changed, if something you modified, it's not a good place. Usually have a block, a library that you can go ahead and pull data from and drop it in. So that's where blocks are nice. Previously drawn items, what types of blocks do they show? Do they show blocks in what you guys read? They don't? Okay, I thought they may have showed the fastener.
Nope.
Okay. You mind turning that off for me? There we go. Yeah, you can. Very good. You know more about this than me. Oh, did you? Okay. So you definitely have libraries. That's what I'm getting to. You have symbol libraries. When we get into Inventor, especially you have libraries, content libraries that you can pull a bunch of data from. And attributes and schedules. some places you can actually pull data that's specific to a block. So we won't get heavy into that, but keep that in mind. So, real quick, what coordinate system do we use? Malachi? There you go, Cartesian coordinate system. Very good. What coordinate system do we use when we get into 3D modeling, when you look at planes and different surfaces? Austin? Banks? Anybody want to help him? You guys aren't friendly. Huh? You're thinking? Yeah, what coordinate system does the user define? Kevin? No, we already talked about that. That's a predetermined one. It has an origin. User defined. Very good. User defined coordinate system where you tie it to reference planes, stuff like that. What's that? Yes, that's why it's a review. Making sure you guys get it. User defined from the plane. Okay? What coordinate system did we talk about that ties to angles and distances? About my fins, I'm stuck on fish. Polar coordinate system, very good. What coordinate system references? That's a repeated question. For different questions. Ignore that. Cartesian. Okay. Any questions on that? I just wanted to cover the minor things. I'll go ahead and let you guys get back to your CAD drawings. Utilize these drawing aids. If you have object snaps, if you have ortho, utilize these to make a better drawing. If you have any questions, ask the people that were in them groups. Uh-oh. Your previous